Here's a nice quadratic equation that we're asked to solve. If it's a quadratic, like this one is, you have to make things equal to 0. So what I want to do is get rid of the minus 18 on this side, so we'll add 18. So let me rewrite it again. Plus 40b minus 6 equals negative 18. So I'll take and add 18 on this side. I can do that as long as I add 18 to this side. This side cancels to leave me with 0. And then I'll have 25b squared plus 40b minus 6 plus, yeah, I think that's 12, plus 12. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm looking for a common factor, but since this number is 25, there's not going to be an even number that'll go into anything. 3, yeah, no. So no common factor, so now I can try and factor this. So if it's of the form b squared b and a number, then what I can do is I can try to factor it into two brackets. So what I do is I split this term in so it goes to here and there at the start of each bracket, and then I'll split the 12 and it'll go in the end of each bracket. And what I do is I just guess. I use something called the middling method. Never heard of that in a book, but typically when they give you questions, they often take numbers that are in the middle. So like for 12, you could use 12 times 1, or 6 times 2, or 3 times 4. These ones are closer to the middle, so those are ones I'm going to start with. Might be right, might be wrong, who knows. With 25, you've got 25 times 1, or 5 times 5. I'm going with that one. Okay, so let's split the 25b squared up. So I'm going to put a 5b here and a 5b there, because I know 5b times 5b gives me the 25b squared, okay? Then the 12, I'm going to put a 3 here and a 4 there. Now, since this sign is positive and this side is positive, both of these have to be positive. Basically, because this sign is positive, they both have to be the same. Since this is positive, they're both positive. Okay, now I check. And yeah, who knows whether we're going to get the right answer or not. Okay, so this times this would be 25b squared. This times this plus 20b. This times this plus 15b. This times this, of course, is 12. If I add those together, it gives me 35. Oh. So I guess I can't use that one. Okay, my middling method didn't work. Okay, that one out. Let's try another one. So let's go 5b. I'm sticking with the 5b. But instead of the 3 and the 4, let's try 6 and 2. So plus 6 plus 2. I got a feeling. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, 5b times 5b, 25b squared. 5b times 2 plus 10b. 6 times 5 plus 30b. Looking good. 6 times 2, 12. So when I add these two together, it gives me the 40 that I need. That means that this equation is correct. I factored it correctly. Okay, so that there that I scribbled out, that's just checking. So now I need to solve that equation. So to solve the equation, I use the 0 property that says if you multiply two things and you get 0, either A is going to be 0 or B is going to be 0. So here I have 5b plus 6 times 5b plus 2. One of them's got to be 0. So either 5b plus 6 is 0 or 5b plus 2 is equal to 0. I really shouldn't say or, because both answers are going to be correct. It's one or the other. Well, yeah, it's both of these will be answers because it's a quadratic. Now, solving the left one, I'll subtract 6 on each side, and then I'll divide both sides by 5. Okay, on this one, I'll subtract 2 on both sides, and then I'll divide both sides by 5. So there's my answers, a minus 6/5 and a minus 2/5. All right, hopefully that helps you go through solving one of those equations.